Really? And right now, it has been taken over by the International School Partnership. Okay, so they use IGCSE curriculum, UK-based curriculum, and the owner, Mr. Hong, has very interesting visions and ideas. Among one of them is to build a planetarium in the high school. I understand now that this is not actually unique in Thailand, but for an international school, this could be one of the pioneering ones. It has a 14-meter dome built in 2019 by Pudong Pro, whom you can see right at the back there. Okay, and I started work at BCIS in September 2022 as an astronomer and astrophotographer. I unfortunately had to leave because I have to take care of my mom. Okay, so I had to leave back to Bangkok in August 2024. But what I was tasked to do is to operate and maintain the telescopes and teach astronomy. Eventually, I actually expanded my role to maintain the planetarium, run the astronomy extracurricular activities, and I think that this is where I feel like my sharing comes in to benefit and hopefully learn from everyone over here. Okay, before I continue, let me talk about what the initial goal and vision of the planetarium is. So when Mr. Lahong set up this BCIS planetarium, we want to convey a sense of stewardship of the Earth for humanity, and also we want students to understand that the knowledge that they learn is just book, and there's much more beyond it, including the universe. Okay, so there's much more out there to learn. So it becomes an inspiration for curiosity. What's out there? What's a black hole? Why are they planets in the solar system? How did they come to be? Etc. It's a catalyst for learning. How did they form? How do the planets move? Okay, so you talk about Newton's law of gravity, Kepler's law, in a simple form that you look at an age group and you try to match the understanding. Okay, what's interesting too, and my former colleague Mr. Marco had alluded to in his talk a couple of days ago, we also try to inspire arts through our planetarium, and I think that he had a great example where students were asked to draw dark matter, okay, or compose some musical notes about the universe, or write poetry, things like that. Okay, draw something in space. Okay, space art is something very interesting, and our students have participated in these activities. So among the regular activities, so regular means reoccurring activities at the BCIS planetarium, we actually have astronomy classes which are held weekly. Now there was a change to that. I'll talk about that in a bit. We have video presentations. Students come to our planetarium. They do video presentations, not just about astronomy topics, but what is my favorite animal, for instance. There are classrooms that come and do that, and they talk in the planetarium environment. We have break time solar observing. So it's break time, the sky is clear. We took out a solar telescope, which is a personal solar telescope by Coronado. It has a hydrogen alpha filter, so you can see the atmosphere of the sun. You can see prominences, you can see all the crazy things, sunspots and everything. And then all the flares, prominences, we tell them, those things, they're about 3 to 5 planet Earths in size. And then they go, wow. Okay, so it was actually a very fun and inspirational thing. We also had telescope observations. The school runs until 5 p.m., sometimes 6 p.m. Parents still come pick up the kids. So we will set up the telescope. If the moon is in the sky, then we just set up the telescope and then say, hey, would you like to have a look at the moon? Okay, or maybe even Jupiter or Saturn. Okay, and there are also school visits. So other international schools in Phuket, they don't have a planetarium. So they come over to our planetarium, BCIS, and we let them watch movies, we let them look through the telescope, etc. Okay? So those are pretty regular activities at BCIS. Now, I want to mention that actually we had some effort trying to develop an astronomy curriculum that is very structured at BCIS. But due to the rigors of the IGCSE curriculum, and if you talk to Mr. Marco, you'll go on for hours about that. many days. Okay, but unfortunately it was quite difficult. And so I had a recommendation of bringing students in once a month to tell them what you can see in the sky. So I hope that this can continue, but I'm not sure. I think we'll have to leave it in the hands of the new management at the school. Okay, but the good news is the French program actually has continued astronomy in their teaching, and we have the French program teachers constantly bringing their students in. We have this little activity where each student has a zodiac constellation. They line up in a circle, and then one student pretends to be the Earth, and they walk around, and another student is the Sun. And then whatever constellation the Sun is blocking, you can't see that constellation at that time. You know, and then, okay, you compare with the zodiac calendar and etc., you know, so they kind of get an idea, okay, when the Earth goes around the Sun, what constellations can you see, what can you not see, etc. So, some ideas. Here, next I'll talk about some unique activities that are, you know, very special for us. The first one, which we are very happy about and very proud about, is the name Exoplanet, which was actually organized by Narit. And it was this, I forget what's the, yeah, okay, GJ3470, and we actually had two teams come up with names for this exoplanet. We came to Narit, they presented, they did not win, but I think the experience is definitely a lifetime inspiration for them. So again, over here, we're so thankful to Narit for actually giving us this opportunity. The teachers that are in charge, actually I myself brought the students together with Kru Om, who's a Thai program science teacher. And yeah, the students' name, okay, Archie and Nicholas, they have Suryapop and Vinulhop. These are the giant statues you can see at the temple in Bangkok. And Katrina and Elisa, they have Sinsamut and Sutsakon, which is you know, one of the Thai tradition, Thai legends, as a very famous Thai poet and author. And these are two characters in this story. So it was truly an amazing experience. Then again, Narit came and blessed us with another opportunity to join the Astrofest 2023, which was January 2023. We took our telescope here, that big 8-inch monster that, and if you see the gentleman who's holding the telescope right in the middle, that's Mr. Lohong, the founder of the school and the person who had the idea of the PCI's planetarium. And that's the telescope we brought here, 8-inch heavy monster, 30 kilograms, trouble shipping. And it was again another very inspirational event. We got to share astronomy with the public in Chiangmai. And we got to go up to Doi Intanun to look at the beautiful stars. If you have not gone to Doi Intanun, I strongly encourage you to go. Okay. So back in Phuket, we actually also ran a lot of astronomy events that were special. One of them was in March 2023. We had the moon occulting Venus, meaning that the moon in its orbit went in front of the planet Venus, and that's kind of something interesting to observe because it doesn't happen very often, number one, and also it's it brings attention to you know, how our Earth and Moon and planets in the solar system are moving around. Okay, they're not static. So we had a big event. We had a live stream, and we had a star party, and it was pretty fun. Yeah, that. Oops, I'm sorry. How to operate the laser? Oops. Okay, there we go. I don't know how to use. Is this a laser? No. Sorry. There we go. I think this is the laser. Okay, yeah. So these are parents, the students, and then this is one of our teachers there. Actually, sorry, Marco, you were in there somewhere. Then I don't know.
I was taking photographs.
Oh yeah, you were taking photographs. Yeah, okay. Marco was the photographer. Yeah, somewhere. Except that photo, I took that one. The nice one. Just kidding. Okay. Anyways, we also did. So I think that you know, I also talked to Narit a lot, and one of their advices is when you share about space, please don't ignore space exploration. So I decided to try water rockets, and it truly was a success. We built a water rocket and attached a parachute to the top of it, and you know, we fired it, and then so we fired it, and then it landed with a parachute. Parachute is made by trash bag, by the way. So very cheap, but effective, and students totally enjoy it. They were screaming and yelling that, "Oh, I launched a rocket!" Okay, so that was a very inspirational event. Okay, and I think one of the other big one is we took our telescopes to, if you've been to Phuket, there's a location at the southwest corner of the island called Cape Promthep, where there's a lighthouse and a big area, this blue area here. We set up telescopes there. And I had our students come in, they made posters to share with the public of what constellations are there in the sky. We had a Chinese Lantern Festival story, which actually we collaborated with a Chinese class in the school, and they created these beautiful posters about the Chinese Lantern Festival. Okay, so we had those posters posted out and had students explain about them to the public. If you notice this young man here or these photos, I also taught the kids to operate the telescopes. Okay, so I think, and it gave them a lot of confidence. I'm moving to bigger and bigger things. Together with Mr. Marco, we managed to talk to Starlight Education, and Starlight Education is a British company, international. They do all these educational space camps, and anyone recognize this former astronaut, Charles Sam Gemar? He visited our school 3 times. Okay, and this year is in the space camp. Okay, we had CubeSat challenge. So he guided the students to build a CubeSat, and then just earlier this year, Mission Mars. So Mission Mars, we talk about the Mars habitat, and who better to teach about space than an astronaut? We also actually have analog astronaut Lucy. She's with the not ICE space, but she's with, I'm so sorry, I forgot the company she's in, but they are working with ICE space. She's an analog astronaut, so haven't been to space, but they are on Earth. They train like an astronaut, like a real astronaut, and they test out space equipment before they get sent to space. So we have 2, actually before, Lucy was this year. The year before it was Charlotte Powles, yeah, here we go, they're the name, Charlotte Powles. She came to teach about the CubeSat. She's also an analog astronaut. So, inspirational event. I want to specifically talk about this one too, because it was February this year that Sam made a special visit as well. Special thanks to Starlight Education too. And I think this year, perhaps is one of the most inspirational photos I've taken. A young kid wearing an astronaut suit talking to a real astronaut. Okay, so we want to bring the inspiration and the passion of space travel, astronomy to all our students, and I think that this is one of the events that managed to do it. Over here, the students actually made scale models of the International Space Station, and also they painted, they drew a lot of planets and everything, and Charles Gemar came over and talked to them, said, "Good job, are you going to go to space? Do you have any questions about space?" etc. And it was an amazing event. Here's our chemistry teacher, Dr. Martin, who's talking to Sam as well. Okay, that's where he gave a talk about what it's like to go to space, etc. So amazing event. Okay, I think that, and of course later, unfortunately, I had to leave. But I think I have a lot of learnings from this, and I think that this is kind of the heart of this talk. I think we need more people. We need people with true passion and knowledge about astronomy. We need people that want to push the borders, okay, and boundaries, and bring the best learning and inspiration to all the students. Another thing is challenge. Astronomy is a subject, we try to make it a subject in school, but ultimately when you have an IGCSE curriculum, everyone say, "Oh, I need to do well in math, I need to do well in science, I want to be an engineer." So we try to excuse it by saying space travel has a lot of engineering, but down the road, we still have to deal with the realities of an exam. So that's a challenge that I think one day, hopefully, we can solve, we can integrate with the school. One thing that I learned is not all students who are going to be interested in astronomy, not all students who say they are interested in astronomy are actually interested. Okay, they pretend, or they just want something. And some students, they are shy too. They may like astronomy, but they don't dare say. Okay, so I have one student walk into a planetarium. He's from China. He sit down on the planetarium. He's very quiet. He doesn't want to talk to anyone. He only speaks Chinese. He sat down there. And then we played the planetarium show, and he was like, so okay, I know this kid is going to be something. And sure enough, I got him. And just now, when you saw that kid holding the telescope, aiming in Cape Crom tape, that's him. Okay, so I got him into the astronomy club and took him to look at the stars. Okay, so the youngest student I managed to teach to use a Dobsonian telescope like the one you see with sous vide telescope right there. Those left, right, up, down, very simple. 8 years old. Okay, they can aim at the moon, they can aim at Saturn, they can aim at Jupiter, the main planets. One got to aim at the Pleiades. I was very happy with him. So good job, And I think up to now, from what my feeling is doing astronomy in this international school, astronomy is still supplemental. We don't want to make it some kind of main subject. Okay, but we want to mention it as a side. We want to offer astronomy as we want to make it available for students to kind of like ask questions about. In BCIS, if students have questions about space travel, then go ask Mr. Marco. He's done a lot about spacecrafts. Okay, if they do astronomy, telescopes and everything, there's Mr. Chan right over here, who knows a lot about telescope, built his own telescope, has looked at the stars together look at the stars for many, many years. Okay, so I think that right now, since there's not enough focus in terms of education, policy, and things like that, we still can only be a supplement. Okay, but it's a gateway to inspiring students. And I always believe, okay, this comes back to the vision of BCIS Planetarium at the beginning. I believe that there's a deeper meaning to astronomy. I deeply believe that. I believe that it will tell us how to live our lives. I believe that there's a vision in there, in the skies. It tells us how we should find our way in life. And I think that we need to take baby steps. We need to keep that in mind, that we don't force too much upon the kids, upon the students, and let them continue on their own, okay? So, and my mission continues. I'm now helping at another school. I'm helping many, many places, including hopefully Narit, and also other organizations, mostly with the goal of just inspiring the next generation. So this, I believe, is my last slide, and I won't put you in between the ending of this conference and myself. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have two questions. I think we have a lot. Any questions from audience?
I want to know which activity that the kids very interesting, they have the action, wow.
Water rocket, very good one. We actually have a DIY telescope too. I didn't put it in too many activities. DIY telescope, we bought the set from Suvit, and we teach them different kinds of telescope design. Stargazing at Cape Crom Tape was also really fun. Because, when they get bored with the stars, they start to run around, and then they get tired, they come back to the telescope. Okay? So, I think among these things, hands-on, touching, feeling, exploring, most of the kids that join the ECA, extracurricular activity, are about between 9 and 12. And that's kind of the age group where they start to touch and feel everything. If you look at Piaget's theory of cognitive development, it's all the hands, the touching experience. That is when it happens. So I hope that answers some questions.
Thank you. Can I add another question? As I work at Phuket as well, Phuket have very bad weather, about cloudy and raining. Can you highlight it if you would like to show them about a real star? Like,
Can I ask where in Phuket first? Thank you.
For me?
Yeah. Are you?
Actually, I use the planetary to them, but I cannot think.
Oh, with Ajahn Sapchai? No, sorry. You do planetary?
Actually, I'm from resort. Yeah,
Oh.
our resort we have also observation.
I think I know. Okay. The weather, yeah, is a challenge, but that's why we have the planetarium. So you have a planetarium too?
Actually, yes, but it's not like you. It's not like a full dome. Actually, the planetarium just showed about the star and constellation. But after I showed the planetarium, I use a VR. Just like,
That's very interesting. Okay, I think, see, collaboration. Win-win. Okay, I say that for the weather, the mediation is of course the planetarium, obvious mediation. I think that, but unfortunately, right now the BCI's planetarium is like, okay, it's in a school, so you have a lot of this called safeguarding issues where you have to protect the students, blah, blah, people from outside coming in. So maybe there's a space for another planetarium, or to compete against Marco here. Just kidding. But yeah, in a serious note, planetariums, there's space travel activities, for instance. The water rocket, it's cloudy. I do that during the summer months. Well, not the summer months, but like September when school starts, but the weather is still, very messy. So I let them start with the water rocket. I also did a very unofficial paper plane folding thing, and we're throwing paper planes in the planetarium. That's why one day when you went in, it was a mess. Okay, so no. But yeah, a lot of, I think Narit also has shared like cloudy day activities. So I think these are all things that we can integrate.
I have one question.
Yes.
About the curriculum at BCIS. The astronomy, is astronomy the elective of a subject or required for every student at BCIS?
Okay, so for pre-IGCSE, and Marco, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, year 7 to year 9, 7 to 9, right?
Well, we do incorporate it in the science.
We incorporate astronomy, some astronomy in the science curriculum between, actually, we try and encourage the primary kids as well to do some activities, but there's nothing structured. It's slightly more structured years 7 to 9, and then because they're in the British curriculum system, we offer a GCSE 2-year course in astronomy, which I'm currently teaching. But yes, as Derrick said, it is a bit of a straitjacket. The way it's structured is not ideal in terms of learning.
So actually there was an astronomy class year 7 to 9, but it got cancelled because the biology teachers, we need more classes. We don't have enough time to teach the full curriculum. That's why I said, and that's what Marco alluded to, a straitjacket. So in the end, it's gone. And as I suggested to the school, come in once a month, what's up in the sky.
But we do have a formal astronomy class, which will lead to a GCSE.
GCSE exam, yes. So right now, BCIS has.
We're looking to expand on that.
Any more questions? I saw you took the photo of the Venus, or constellation of Venus, right?
Oh, right.
But I think we don't have the contact already that time. If we know before, because we have the network across Thailand and took the photo through the world through the Astronomy telescope to make some basic astronomy project, such as how to calculate estimate about the distance about Venus from Earth by using the parallax
By
method.
triangulation
Yes.
kind of thing. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So at the same time, try to calculate it. Right. If you would like to join the collaboration, you can contact me.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Any questions? I think it's not happening.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, again. Thank you.
Yeah.